All the way back in 2012, there was an article released about Justin, and it reads, "Convicted killer allegedly plotted murder and castration." If you don't know what castration is, it's when they take your weenie and they cut it off. A convicted killer locked up in New Mexico plotted to have Justin Bieber unalived, but for some mysterious reason, he threw a wrench into his own plans, according to local authorities. Now, this convicted murderer, Dana Martin, currently serving 2 life sentences for R-wording and unaliving a 15-year-old girl, recruited a fellow inmate at a prison named Mark Stake to carry out this murder once Mark was released. I mean, so he's not even going to do the job. He's going to have someone else do it for him, which seems super unnecessary. It's unclear when the plot was originally hatched, but Mark and his nephew Tanner, whom Mark later recruited to help, reportedly planned to execute the murder plan last month when Justin was performing at MSG. So they actually had a full plan in the works. Dana told police that the plan was to kidnap Justin and his bodyguard and strangle them with paisley ties. That's when Tanner, the nephew, was then going to castrate him. I can't even say it. Like, cut his ball. Like, also weird. Like, if you want to someone, like, taking their wiener too just seems next level.
Well, a plot to castrate and pop star Justin Bieber has been foiled, partly in thanks to state police here in the capital region. Investigators say that Mark Stake and Tanner Ruane of New Mexico were hired by someone they actually met in prison to a couple of people in Vermont. That's not all, though. The inmate also asked them to stop by Madison Square Garden on their way back and strangle Bieber and his bodyguard at a concert that he was performing there. Before that could happen, though, Ruane was arrested last month in Rotterdam for an outstanding warrant. Stake was picked up in Vermont. Investigators found tools and documents linking Ruane to the plot during a search of his car, and they also found a drawing of Justin Bieber.
Not the drawing of Justin Bieber. Like, they couldn't get a photograph. Also, I would love to see this drawing because I already know it's so bad. I mean, watch it be like a masterpiece. They should pursue that instead of murder. Dana, who met Mark in prison, apparently gave exact details as to how the plot was going to work. Wait, this is so weird. So, to strangle the victims and the offer of a $2,500 bounty for each of them men's testicles. What? Thankfully, Mark was arrested in Vermont for outstanding warrants, so this guy just needs to be locked away at this point. He needs mental health care. A day later, he was secretly recorded by police on the phone to his nephew Tanner, talking about their plot. Tanner was then picked up in upstate New York as Justin prepared to go on stage. Imagine how he felt to learn that these murderers were after him. Like, just 18 years old, he's out here on tour, just like in such an uneasy environment that I mean, I would just be incredibly paranoid. This convicted criminal, Dana, the one who started this whole thing, is obsessed with Justin and even has a tattoo of Justin on his leg. Tanner was able to make it to New York City with a stash of tools, including pruning shears, which I guess he would use for the castration. But thank God the police intercepted before anything happened. Also, so scary to think about this grown man, convicted felon, having a tattoo of Justin Bieber. For what reason? Please, for what reason? Now, from a young age, Justin endured relentless torment, including a disturbing trend that began in 2010 with online games depicting his death in imaginative ways. Despite numerous reports and complaints, these malicious games were never removed, and shockingly, many of them remained online and are still accessible to this day. Here are a couple videos I found online that kind of depict what we're talking about here, and I grew up where everyone was talking about online bullying. I don't know if that's still a conversation in school. If you are in middle school or high school, I don't know, should middle schoolers be watching this? I don't know what YouTube's rules are, but if you guys know, do they still talk about online bullying? Because when I was growing up, we talked about like so many cases of people harming themselves and things, and I feel like Justin really like was in, you know, pop star mode during the peak of like when online bullying was at its worst. Nowadays, if you leave like a nasty comment on Instagram, Instagram will stop you before you can even do so. Here are more examples of games you guys can see right here. Kill Justin Bieber pistol, kill Justin Bieber army, Justin Bieber on the stage. Oh my gosh, not imagining killing Justin Bieber on the stage, just giving Selena Quintanilla. I think I said that right? We have a podcast episode about her. Look at some of the comments under these games. They read, woohoo, killed Justin Bieber, Shane Bieber. I hate Justin Bieber. He sings like a little girl. Sucks. Kill Justin Bieber, gimme, gimme. By the way, I heart your games. Why not hire assassins to kill them all? Okay, this is like so terrible. Now, there's this artist named Bizarre who released a YouTube video with a song titled Justin Bieber, in which he expressed extreme hostility towards Justin, including violent and sexually explicit threats. The song, which got a lot of attention and approval from some commenters, exemplifies the dark side of the internet and cyberbullying. Despite this song being filled of threats and hate, this person wasn't arrested. And I feel like someone who is like threatening bodily harm on someone else, especially on the internet in a song and getting a ton of attention for it, they should be looked into, because now you're rewarding this behavior. Ooh, this person's obviously sick. What are they going to do next? Let's get into Bizarre's track. Hey, Justin Bieber diss song from Bizarre's free album, This Guy's a Weirdo. Warning to all the Justin Bieber fans, you will get offended. I don't know if we could even read this. I effing hate you, Justin. I want to R-word you, Justin, in your butt. Your albums are disgusting. We're going to harm you. I want to hurt you. Oh, God. F your fans in the butt until oh my gosh. White boy lover. They say he's down with Usher. Duct tape. Ooh, that's kind of mean too, because we know about that. And Diddy. Duct tape, a blade. I think it's time for supper. Nothing to wear. Jumped on Canadian Air. An hour and a half, I'll be there. Do you think I can get a little boy pregnant? Goodbye to Miss Bieber, because you're about to leave her. In the back of your head, get hit with a meat cleaver. F you in the... Oh my gosh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. My 8-year-old daughter for listening to you. This song was released in 2013 and he was just 19 years old. Here are some comments. Haven't heard this in years. It still slaps though. Blasting this with my windows open, driving 5 miles an hour through the city. Another person writes, I love this. Now, I can understand not liking someone, but hearing lyrics about this man not only doing these things to Justin as a little white boy, as he likes to say, but also talking about harming his own daughter for listening to his music is sick. And I would be worried for my safety too if everyone in the media is pushing this narrative of me being beaten up. Even Family Guy makes a statement. This article writes, oh, Peter Griffin, the patriarch of Family Guy, doesn't always use his best judgment, and he certainly didn't do it on last night's episode where he beat Justin Bieber to a pulp. Beating up Justin Bieber isn't new or a novel concept. Peter Griffin went absolutely insane and pummeled Justin Bieber's pretty phase. Well, I guess Lois, I think that's how you say it, is having a midlife crisis, engaging in behavior fitting of someone half her age. So she ends up going to a Justin Bieber concert. She ends up backstage when her husband walks in and assumes the worst, that she's having an affair. That's when Peter's emotions take over and he tries to, I guess, beat up Justin Bieber, which is weird. Justin Bieber tries to talk his way out of it, but he punches him and he ends up with bruises and a bloody nose. He refers to him as a acorn penis beauty. But that's not the first cartoon to come after Justin Bieber, because South Park is guilty as well. This article reads that South Park fans are used to seeing Kenny killed off, but teen pop star Justin Bieber has replaced him. The 16-year-old heartthrob met his untimely death in the controversial cartoon episode. In the episode, Justin was performing his hit single Baby, and a giant monster reached into the arena and snatched him from the crowd. The monster squashed Justin between its fingers until the singer's head exploded. And then you can hear the characters in the show calling him a douchebag as they go off to get rid of him. This person asked a good question online. Why did we start bullying Justin Bieber? They write, remember back when everyone on the internet collectively decided to hate Justin Bieber? Why was that? Like, I remember I was part of it too because of Bandwagon. But now I look back, it feels so effed up, you know? Like, the dude was like 16 to 20 years old. Why were we hating on him and calling him a failed abortion and crap? Did he do anything to deserve it? Because it feels uncalled for. This person wrote on Twitter, he was the most hated human being at that time. Even now, I've never seen hate like that before. Which is kind of true. I mean, we see the J-Lo train, we see the Blake Lively, but like nobody went through the Justin Bieber experience. There's no denying that online bullying was a serious problem back when Justin Bieber was starting in his career. But another big problem that I feel like has gotten better nowadays, especially when it comes to, not really. I think we're a little bit more aware of over-sexualizing, like, people, and I think we defend women more often, but like Justin really went through it. Justin Bieber had to go through so many moments of adults being inappropriate, like celebrities being inappropriate, fans being inappropriate, Jenny McCarthy being inappropriate. Jenny McCarthy kissed Justin Bieber on Sunday night at the American Music Awards, grabbing him by the neck and then butt after announcing him as the winner for Rock Pop Album of the Year. Justin even said, I feel violated right now. You could tell by his face that he's super uncomfortable. And I don't know what she was thinking, because this moment is so cringe, we have to react to it together. not the grab from the back too. Look at his face. So aggressive with it. Also, he doesn't even know who that, like, who is she? Slash, like, you came from behind, so he doesn't know who this could be.
Wow. I feel violated right now.
If I was his mother, I'd be putting out a statement right in that moment. Now, she tried to explain herself, but it didn't do her justice. She told reporters backstage that yes, the whole thing was spontaneous. It better be, because that's just weird if it isn't. She said, I couldn't help it. He was so delicious, so little, just ack. I wanted to tear his head off and eat it. She said it was a little cougar scary, but I took the opportunity in the window considering I'll never get to do it again, so I kind of molested him. Not her admitting to it. She said, can you imagine how hilarious that would be? Imagining headlines if she were to hook up with a 18-year-old Justin Bieber as a 40-year-old woman. She said, I want some Bieber fever. I want a Bieber rash. It'd be like cougar R word. Like she said the R word. And guess what? We have this clip as well, so let's go ahead and react.
How have you been enjoying the night so far?
Great. I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt.
I saw that you like totally, like it was like a full-on almost makeout session.
It was a little cougar scary.
Yeah.
But I took the opportunity in the window, considering I'll never get to do it again, and kind of molested him.
What? Well, we hear that.
Ew, oh my God, that makes me like stomach sick. The way she just kind of molested him. Like it's cool.
He may be back on the market now and available.
Can you imagine how hilarious that would be? That would be the cougar score of the century. Jenny McCarthy dates Justin Bieber.
Would you?
I want some Bieber fever, and I want a Bieber rash.
I want it all.
It'd be like cougar rape.
Saying like cougar rape and like, oh my gosh, just talking about like this rash and saying that you molested. Like it's just so diabolical. I cannot. Pitbull, Mr. 305 Worldwide, actually suggested to Access Hollywood that Justin should count himself lucky, saying, I wish Jenny McCarthy would have touched me like that. A lot of people online questioned whether we would have the same reaction if it was a male that went after an 18-year-old girl that way. But there were a lot of others who said that Justin Bieber's clearly gay because Jenny McCarthy came after him like that and she's so hot, which I have to say, like, I think she's probably a beautiful one, but like in that moment, like she's got her hair up, like she's giving old lady. Here's a comment. He told an entire room of people that he was violated and they laughed at him. Another person writes, this infuriates me. He just got assaulted in front of the world and nobody cared. Poor Justin. The signs were in plain sight from the beginning and everyone turned a blind eye. I'm sure this happened to him a lot. And they're right, because Katy Perry has also been a little bit too handsy with Justin. Now, there are other clips that show Justin Bieber at 15 being asked to give the sex talk to a woman, to which he said, I feel really uncomfortable right now, and asked, why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? As the shocking clips continued, viewers described the scenes as gross and disturbing. One viewer said they felt bad for overlooking his discomfort, while another said that Justin should have never had to go through with all this. This is a weird clip, and I have a snippet of it, so listen closely.
Like, has your mom given you the sex talk yet?
I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of had it with my father.
You want to hear? Oh, really? See, my
bit.
parents never gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. Let's talk about the album.
The fact that he was so mature as a 15-year-old boy, I mean, the PR training is great, but also it shows that he had to grow up quick. We've also seen instances of him being photographed while nude and being released, and people don't care because it's Justin Bieber. So it's almost like he deserves it or the world is entitled to it. This article reads that chart topper Justin abandoned all of his clothes on a trip to Hawaii. He was with his girlfriend Sahara Ray at the time, and you could see that they were both nude on a paddleboard. There are also instances where he was photographed on the balcony of his apartment, a remote apartment, and it actually turns out that this isn't considered an invasion of privacy, even though I would deem it as such. I mean, he's on vacation, he's in a remote location, and people are zooming in. It's like almost going through the window to capture a photo. The photo agency responsible for the nude photos of Justin have denied claims that the singer's privacy was invaded. He said there's no invasion of privacy, and they would not comment on whether a long lens was used to get the photos. Justin was photographed while in Bora Bora, walking from inside the seafront bungalow to the deck outside. The The pictures were never published exclusively on New York Daily News, who covered Justin Bieber's crotch with modesty. Oh my gosh. But originals were leaked onto Twitter and went viral. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.